About 2 years ago, Ben and I, we uploaded a video that outlined the day in the life of a white label engineer.
Mhm.
In those 2 years, a lot has changed. You yourself have come on board, and the team has grown exponentially. That's allowed us to take on a fair few projects.
Mhm.
One of them being we've fleshed out the tuning center
Yeah.
portion of things, and we've also uh, improved how we onboard clients. You joined us right when we were starting to make some of the most significant changes. So you've been there from the birth of, say, two or three internal processes that have changed,
Mhm.
right up to where we are now. For you, how has that looked like, and how has it been?
I mean, it's been a nice gradual change. So I started off, just working on my desk, and now we've got a lot more exciting things coming up. We've got the tuning center we're doing. I spoke about a bit of that previously. We've also got the kind of onboarding a bit more in depth now. You yourself are spending quite a bit of time with customers, getting to know them, choosing the right customers for us to onboard,
Yep.
and we're starting to do some more boots on the ground site work for some of our white label customers. Going out to their client offices around the world and helping them get things set up when they're not able to go themselves. Maybe they're not based in that country, or maybe it's a bit far away from them. We're a bit closer.
And you yourself have gone out recently. You've been out a few times.
I have,
Yeah.
yeah. I've been doing some interesting stuff on site, and we've had some things in London as well. A couple of things up north too. Yeah, and a couple
And
in Dubai as well.
and it makes a massive
Yeah,
difference, doesn't it? Actually being able to go to these places, meet these customers, and be more than just a voice at the end of the phone. It also, I think, enhances the relationship with our customers because we get to become quite pally
Mm,
with quite a few of our MSPs clients, but actually being able to go on site as you and actually being able to put a face to some of these names, I think that makes a world of difference. And I know that your recent visits were very successful. You did a lot of great work there.
oh, thank you. Definitely just going to help build trust as well. They're going to trust us more if we're going on their behalf, so to speak. They're going to believe we are extension of them, which is what we are truly.
Yeah.
We're not just a company they work with; we are an extension of their help desk, or in some cases, we are their entire help desk for these companies.
And one other aspect is I mentioned a second ago that we've grown. When you jumped on board, you were with me,
Hmm.
I showed you the ropes, and since then, you've made tremendous progress. You've now moved into the role of being able to sit with some of the new guys, the other James, for example, and we've just brought on new Dave. We don't like variation, we like to keep it. But you've been able to get involved with training some of these new members of staff.
Mhm.
What would you say that you've picked up from when you and I were working together when you first jumped on board? Because you've, in many ways, especially if you going on site, you've really molded a new way in which we all work. For example, with my onboardings, prior to you creating the database that essentially lists what all of our clients have, and it gives us such a great overview because before we had quite a few blind spots that we weren't really aware of until you made that. That is uniquely yours. Would you say that moving in and now that you have a chance to train some of these new guys that you think that or you anticipate at some point they're going to leave their own unique mark in the same way that you have for you?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I really hope they would, and it's great as well being able to see what new starters are missing. Maybe if they find something that's not where it is, we can jump in there, help them out if we're able to standardize things, make it work across the board for the MSPs.
And actually, that standardization that also then kind of links back to one of the main points that we would like to touch upon is with the onboardings, being able to have one of our guys highlight and maybe bring attention to the fact that something might be missing, a procedure or a process may not be fleshed out. When we're going into these onboarding meetings, and over the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months, especially in conjunction with how Ben and I have worked on this and how you as well on some of the later stages of the onboardings with the databases that you keep and the information that you like to touch up on and you like to refine. I think we've got to a place now where when it comes to onboardings, we're able to integrate with these clients a lot quicker and a lot better. I find we're hitting the ground running a lot sooner
Hmm.
than before. Whereas, for example, we'd have brand new clients and some of that feeling out process.
Happened in production, it was live.
And
Hmm.
for the most part as well, especially with, as we spoke about with some of the new starters, do you find now that they're asking less questions because we are now covering some of those areas that previously we were missing some vital information?
Definitely, I think we kind of looked at it from the fresh pair of eyes.
Hmm.
We saw if we were new, what would we need to fill in here, and then we had new people who kind of backed up what we were thinking. So there's less of us needing to internally ask about which on a document or on our side to make things quicker for everyone involved.
I think you're right about fresh eyes. We are creatures of habit and we get very used to how things work. If somebody coming in brand new is instantly lost, then that's our port of call to say, right, when it comes to, and it's not just the onboarding, it's not just for new clients. Tuning Center as well allows our existing ones to get to that same standard.
Mm. So Lee, day to day, how would you say it's changed on a daily basis when you come into work?
2 years ago, it would look generally like morning handover, our core cases
Mhm.
with a sprinkle of projects here and there, not as numerous or abundant as they are now. And then we would then transfer over to the American team where we resume the 24/7 service that White Label offers. However, now that has changed a lot. Where we've increased the size of the team and where we now have more time to focus on not just new projects, existing customers, and new clients, we can now dedicate groups of the team to, for example, applying permanent corrective measures.
Mm.
We have, in the case of yourself, members of the team who can go and they can correct. We have members of the team who can go in and they can polish up existing ML records. We
Mhm.
can make sure that there is no information lost,
Mhm.
missing. Anything that needs updating now, we can do that with tuning center meetings. It's given us time as well to beef up our onboarding process
Nice.
to make it more thorough. We're looking at new tools to make the onboarding process a lot quicker,
Mhm.
a lot smoother, hopefully. We've recently had some quite tight requirements where customers have needed us to go live by a certain date for their US clients.
Mm.
And that only highlighted that we needed to improve the point of getting them signed on
Mhm.
to having them go live. And some of the tools that we're looking at now are going to mean that we not only meet those deadlines, but we can probably do more in unison as well.
Mm. Take a much more proactive approach.
Exactly,
Mm.
exactly. Rather than just booking meeting one, meeting two, meeting three, and then just having these gaps in between. Anything that we can do in between those set dates,
Mhm.
we absolutely can. And again, going back to some of the areas in which you've pointed out that we need to work on, especially with the information that you've been um, improving upon and sharpening up, we can take the active approach of seeking out, for example, processes that might be missing, credentials that we know what we'll need, especially for some of the tools that from the onset may not have been instantly obvious.
Mm.
With that said, if we talk about then how things have changed on the day to day in the life of a white label engineer, it's all of those aspects and it's all of those steps combined that have meant that we are now working more efficiently.
Mhm.
We're able to close more cases. We're
Mhm.
taking on more complex tasks,
Yeah.
and we're ultimately um, offering a much more compelling and attractive product.
They kind of leave us to it. You know, we're an extension of their team. They're always there if we need us, but we're able to just run independently by ourselves as them.
And it's that trust that means that we are truly an extension of their help desk.
Mm.